Hello everyone, I'm Chitrakalpa Sen and this year I'm offering a course called the Economics of Crisis. In this particular course, we'll look at a number of major economic crises that happened all over the world in the last 100 years. We'll start with the mother of all economic crises, the Great Depression. We'll then move on to the Weimar Republic crisis in 1923. Then we'll look at the Zimbabwean crisis. Then we'll look at the Mexican peso crisis. We'll look at the Argentinian crisis. We'll look at the financial crisis of 2008-2009. Then we'll move on to the Euro crisis and the Greek debt crisis. And finally, we'll look at the current ongoing crisis in Venezuela. The objective of this course is to take a look at this economic crisis. And although they are very different, they occurred for different reasons. We'll try to see if there is or if there are any common thread, something common which is linked to all these crises. We'll look at some of the macroeconomic models we have studied in our class in order to explain this economic crisis. And not only that, we'll also see, after this crisis happen, what are the impacts on the market, how people's perception about the market changes, how the asset market, it starts behaving differently before and after the crisis. Context will also address some important questions like what have been the policy responses to the crisis, what have been the role of the government during and after the crisis. And finally, we'll end the course with a very important question. The impact of the crisis is very long lasting, and the crises, they are recurring. So crises happen all over the world again and again and again, and there are something common to all that crisis, but still, why economists and researchers and experts, they fail to predict this crisis? Why the crisis of 2008-2009, nobody could predict it. Even the experts and ace economists were not able to predict it. What is the inherent characteristics in the financial crisis which makes it so difficult to predict? We'll end our course with this particular question. So this is what the course is all about, and I hope to see you in the class.